Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy back with another episode of Air. So, let's just jump right back in. I watched them for some time. Their laughter never stopped. It's so ridiculously hot and yet they're still so energetic. I complained like how the elderly would. I let out a sigh. The sea breeze blew on me and pressed against my back. I felt something touch my neck. I turned around. There was nobody there. Was it my imagination? I cocked my head and touched the back of my neck. Something was tapping my shoulder. I turned back again to see if anyone was there. But there was no one there. Nor was there any sign of people. Am I too tired? It wasn't just my imagination. Something was definitely close to me. I spun around quickly. Damn! No good. I don't see anyone. The taps became more numerous. It felt like a provocation. All right, feint, then a left. Or a right feint, then a left. I mixed a feint into my motion. I saw a girl that I knew. Her silky hair was flying in the sea breeze. She looked younger than when I met her last night. Was it because she was wearing her school uniform? Yo. She greeted me after an awkward pause. Yo, I greeted her back. That's a nice greeting. She looked pleased. I looked at her and scratched my head. What do you want? I responded coolly to prevent myself from being caught in her pace. Want? Oh. She seemed to be thinking about something, so I waited for her to answer. By chance, she said softly. It's a coincidence. She seemed to be saying that it was a coincidence to meet me here. Yeah, what a coincidence. I thought she was an oddball, but I could never bring myself to tell her that. Are you waiting for someone? Yeah, I answered her half-heartedly. Kamio-san? Yeah, another half-hearted reply from me. Yay, I guessed right. A free ticket to Hawaii. She muttered softly. Please pay for your own fare if you're going to Hawaii. Do you have remedial classes? I ignored her show of delight and changed the topic. Remedial classes? Yeah, why else would you come to school during summer break? She shook her head a few times. I'm wrong? She nodded. There's still club activities. I see, that's too bad. I'm in the astronomy club. Too much information. I love stars. I didn't ask you what you love. She kept staring at me. Do you like them? Like what? Stars. Stars? Nod. Twinkling stars. Do you like them? She wanted to know whether I liked the stars or not. How should I answer her? Well, I don't hate them. I don't really hate stars. I told her that because I don't have a reason to hate stars. Really? Yup. Thank goodness. She sounded relieved. Even men like beautiful things. She looked like she had just acquired a new knowledge. But I didn't say that I like them. Huh. Really? Yeah, I'm just not interested in them. I added a disclaimer before her misunderstanding worsened. But you don't hate stars. Yeah, you're right. That's not the point. Tono suddenly fell into deep thought again. A long silence followed. A long, long silence. Okay. What? I give you my permission to join the astronomy club. Come again? I'm actually the club president. She pointed proudly at her own face. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to quit the club. A shame. She hung her head. This girl's weird after all. I pictured her against a backdrop of swirling unknown universe. Tono started fishing through her pockets of uniform all of a sudden. Or of her uniform, sorry. Found it. She found what she was looking for. This is a consolation prize. She produced a white envelope from her pocket. What's this? She presented me with the envelope with the word gift written handsomely on it with a calligraphy brush. A consolation prize. Consolation prize? You're the one who needs consoling. Really? A shame. So why am I the one accepting the consolation prize? Come to think of it, I'm right, huh? She nodded. In that case, this is your price for disappointing me. No, that's not it. Don't me. And don't me. Fine. I give in to Tono and accepted her envelope. Congratulations. Clap, clap, clap. Though she said that, her hands weren't actually clapping. Yeah, thanks. I sighed and stuffed the envelope into my pocket. I was overcome with fatigue. If I kept trying to follow her conversation, I'd never be able to catch up in this lifetime. So my only option was to flee. See you, I have to leave now. I turned my back to Tono. Her small voice came from behind me. What's wrong? You still need anything? I turned around instantly. Am I actually a nice person? She looked like she was thinking about something again. Since I had already turned around, I might as well wait for her to answer. Are you... Are you feeling better now? Huh? She looked closely at my face. Her eyes were deep. It reminded one of the vast sea that mothered life. Thoughts that could not be expressed in halting words were hidden behind the windows to her soul. I see. I get it. I touched the pocket with the envelope I got from her. A small noise came from it. Yeah, I'm feeling better now, thank you. As proof, I flexed my biceps. Well, I didn't think my muscles were visible through my clothes. Whew. She seemed relieved. That was probably her way to cheer me up. I probably had a gloomy face just now to cause her to do that. If you're happy, the rice tastes better. She was muttering something incomprehensible. But I didn't feel annoyed by her. Her kindness was plainly visible from her expression, and so I should feel happy on the contrary. I'm going for club activities now, she looked up and said to me. I see, you can do it. I decided to give her words of encouragement as my way of thanking her. She nodded. What's wrong? She looked lost in thought again. Guts. Such words should be said with more spirit. Well then, bye, she bowed. Then she turned around. I watched her slowly descend the stairs. Her hair blown up by the sea breeze and glittering in the sun looked exceedingly beautiful. Kunisaki-san. A soft voice came from below the seawall. I peered down and saw Tono gazing up at me with tender eyes. My shadow covered her and made her appear invisible for a second. Stars. She seemed to be looking through me at the vast summer sky. Please look at the night sky if you're in the mood. This is the countryside, and the night sky is full of pretty stars. For a moment, Tono looked almost ephemeral. Her eyes seemed to hold a beauty that existed only in impermanence, almost like the last flickers of a dying candle flame. All right, I'll look up at the night sky if I'm ever in the mood. I turned around to face the summer sky that Tono had been looking at. Or perhaps I was trying to turn away from the unease that was starting to take root inside me. Okay. Tono sounded delighted. She finally displayed the emotions of an ordinary girl. Boop-a-doop. I sat down on the seawall once more. The sea breeze had become a pleasant cold draught. I searched my pockets for the white envelope to see what it was. I peered inside and saw a piece of paper around the size of a dollar note. What's this? My heart beat faster. I pulled out the paper inside with great haste. Why a rice coupon? That girl was a mystery after all. Boop-a-doop. The sun was beginning to set. Time to go home. Oh, the Kawarazaki next door are having curry tonight? The air was filled with an assortment of smells coming from dinner in the neighbors' houses. I walked through them and reached home. After dinner, I laid on the floor of the living room with nothing to do. I'm going to do my homework. Misuzu, who had been watching TV with me, stood up. I'll get some barley tea first. She vanished into the kitchen and reappeared with a cup filled to the brim with tea. Don't spill your tea. Okay, I'll be real careful. She crossed the living room with her upper body perfectly still. I went back to watching TV. Wah! Misuzu-chan's in a pinch! I heard her voice from the hallway, but I decided not to be bothered with her. A news program was on. Boring. I switched off the TV. After doing so, the sound of the bugs became louder. I looked outside the window. In this rural town, the night belonged to the bugs. The bugs were telling me so. Let's go out for a walk. The night wind blew, carrying with it the smell of the tides. I walked alone down a desolate street. Even the asphalt, heated up by the sun to seemingly molten temperatures, was now cold to the touch. I had no destination in mind. My vague memory was the one guiding me. Soon I came to a small bridge. The sound of the bugs droned on from the nearby bushes. A different view was beyond the bridge. There were several streetlights that lit the pathway. The path ahead led on to the darkness. A few clouds had appeared in the sky. The sudden gust of wind that blew past smelled faintly of moisture. Let's go further. I decided to go further. I crossed the bridge and continued walking. The path suddenly turned into a steep slope. The treetops blocked the sunlight from both sides, making it impossible to see what lay ahead. Before me was a massive blob of darkness. The night air, which seeped from the tree leaves, piled on in thick layers. I was beginning to regret my decision. It was not that I was afraid of walking in the dark at night. In the course of my journey, I had camped out in the mountains numerous times. During those times I had felt a presence, an otherworldly presence that passed me by. It was a faint sense of discomfort that could easily be passed off as a hallucination. But this was no hallucination. I heard a sound that did not belong to this world. It was neither footsteps nor a voice. A sound that couldn't be described as anything but weird was coming from from the darkness behind me. We're gonna go check it out. I decided to check it out. I stood still. The pitch black darkness surrounded me like a predator ready to pounce on its prey. I turned around. Then I stared into the darkness. Sweat was dripping from my forehead. There was something there. A white, spherical object slowly became visible in the darkness. I watched, entranced by it as I tried to determine its identity. I had seen this thing before. It was... back then. The white object flew rapidly towards me. I had no time to run. The next instant, it had seized my right foot. A mysterious sound pierced the darkness. Pico pico! Huh? What are you up to? Pico pico pico! The white devil wagged its tail while it's still biting onto my leg. You shouldn't be playing around at night. Go back home. I shook my leg to dislodge the fur ball. Pico! Hey, stop pulling on my trousers. Sorry, but I don't have time for you. Hey, look. Alright, fine. Tell me what you want. Go! It ran off. Hey, wait a minute! I had no choice but to run after it. We seemed to have reached the top of the mountain. Through the gaps between the trees I could see the light from the town. The damp wind was blowing strongly from the side. The path ahead became a flight of stone stairs. Above it, something that looked like a shrine archway came into view. More climbing? Pico Pico! I had come this far, so I couldn't turn back now. Following Potato, I dashed up the stone stairs. The air changed as soon as I passed the shrine archway. The shrine grounds were silent as graves. The night wind caressed the pavement of the shrine. Behind me, the forest swayed and rustled. I looked up at the night sky. The stars shone through the scattered clouds. Above them, there was nothing. Pico! What? You still want something from me? I looked towards the shrine that stood in the darkness. I strained my eyes. There was a shadow of a person on the side of the pavement. It was that girl I met on the seawall in the daytime. Oh boy. She was dressed in a white sleeveless garment. The moonlight shone on her bare shoulders. She stood there in the darkness, her head cocked. I thought maybe she was looking at the stars, but there was something odd about her. I slowly approached her. Just when I was about to call out to her, her lips began to move. More than the stars in the sky, more than the trees and grass in the mountains. The words that came from her mouth sounded like an incantation, or perhaps the lyrics of a song. Either way, they sounded completely meaningless to me. Pampas grass, thatching grass, clovers, bell. Her words faltered and finally stopped. Huh? Like a puppet whose strings had been cut, the girl collapsed to the ground. Hey! I rushed over to her. Then I held her up. The bandana around her wrist brushed against my arm. Are you all right? I hit her cheek lightly while holding her close to my chest. Wake up! That hurts. One-chan. She groaned in pain with her eyes still closed. One-chan? I'm Oni-chan. Oni-chan? What is it, little sister? I don't have a brother. I'm the brother who got separated from you at birth. No way. I lied. I knew it. Anyway, get up quick. I'm getting up. The girl slowly opened her eyes. An awkward silence ensued with two of us staring at each other. So, you're finally awake. Huh? Where am I? Who are you? She looked around her in bewilderment. Well, you look like you're all right for now. What? You gave me quite a scare. You just collapsed like that. Collapsed? Who collapsed? I pointed at her. Me? Yeah. Collapsed? That's right. Who? I didn't seem to be getting through to her. You don't remember anything? No. She shook her head. I'm sorry. No, you don't have to be sorry. She was in such bad shape that was she in such bad shape that she had no recollection at all? Or was she sleepwalking? That didn't matter. Right now, taking care of her was more important. Can you stand? You're not well, are you? 1, 2. I supported her with both hands when she tried to get up. She placed a hand on my shoulder as she slowly stood up. Huh? I'm feeling dizzy. Hey! I hastily grabbed her by the shoulders when she started staggering. Sorry. Are you sure you're okay? I'm okay. I'm just a bit dizzy. She touched my hand that was on her shoulder and smiled. Was it because of the moonlight? Her face looked pale to me. I continued to stare at her. Pico Pico! Huh? Potato? Pico? What are you doing here? Pico Pico Pico! Huh? What? Oh, I see. Peekity. So what did that thing just say? It said it's hungry. What a coincidence. I was hungry too. Let's go home, potato. Just when she was about to call its name, she realized the most crucial thing. Huh? What am I doing here? That's what I want to know. A deserted shrine on a hill on the outskirts of town. The hour was late. This wasn't the sort of place a girl should come to all by herself. What should I do? Maybe I'm losing my memory. The girl looked deeply troubled. Oh, no, this is serious. I've got to get home and have One-chan have a look at me. Your sister must be pretty incredible if she could cure memory loss. Yep. You see, she looked at me like she was going to tell me everything about herself. My sister is a doctor. A doctor? That's right, she's a very skilled doctor. She can fix anything, even cars and tractors. That's amazing in more ways than one. Yep, she's amazing. That's why curing memory loss will be a piece of cake for her. I see. Treating compound fractures and internal organ ruptures are no problem either. Really? Shooting beams from eyes, missiles from knees, and rockets from punches are no problem for her either. I tried to imagine what her genius of a sister looked like. She wore a worn-out white lab coat. She had a black eye patch across one eye. She was most likely in charge of human modifications for some evil organization. Oh, I knew you'd be here. The girl turned around to face the voice. Huh? One-chan! I turned around. This woman is Kirishima Hijiri, isn't she? You had me worried. I was coming for you to come back. I was waiting for you to come back. I'm sorry, I was a bit occupied. Right, Potato? Go. Well, as long as you're all right. They both smiled warmly at each other. Like a warm illumination in this silent night air. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below, and I will see you in the next video.